Hello, this is Line of Contact, and we have special edition today, and I'm very proud and very privileged to have Mr. Anthony Barsamian today with us. He is co-chair of Armenian Assembly of America and also president of Massachusetts Council of Churches, right?
That's correct.
So welcome. I think you are very famous for your diaspora, especially American Armenian diaspora work in Congress for genocide recognition and lots of other things. But not everyone knows that you are also deeply involved in church activity and ecumenical movement, as I call it. Correct me if I'm wrong. And today we have Pope's visit to Armenia. So what does it mean for Armenia, maybe for diaspora as well?
We're very excited to have the Holy Father here in Armenia. I was fortunate enough to attend his Mass in Rome last April, where he actually made the statement regarding the Armenian genocide. The Pope is a moral leader of our time. He's probably the most righteous moral leader. So when the Pope comes to Armenia, it is encouraging and strengthening for the people of Armenia, and it will send a message to the world that Armenia is important to the world.
And I think he's quite an extraordinary person and quite an extraordinary leader. And also there are statements that he's done, especially, for instance, about atheism, that he was not so categorical as people before him, that people who don't believe in God per se, they still have chance for the heaven. Mm-hmm. I think in Armenia people are still very conservative and not really perceiving ideas like that. What do you think about it? About his ideas, about his openness, about his very modern views?
Sure. Well, my children attend Catholic schools, so I think what the Pope is saying is that the Church is open to all people, regardless of what good, bad, or indifferent you've done in the past. You know, the Church and the word of Jesus Christ is open to all people. So based on that, I think we're going to see the Pope say that in Armenia. He's also going to say that peace and reconciliation is important, but peace and reconciliation with truth is important. So we were very, very encouraged and obviously very excited when he said we have to heal the wound of the Armenian genocide. What he's saying to the world is if we're going to move forward with our neighbors and bind the region, we have to have truth.
Peace and reconciliation is crucial at this point in time in Armenia when we had this four-day war, and we have this very tense relations with the neighbors. So do you think that this message of peace will somehow, break the ice also maybe in this region, and his visit will play a role in it?
So I just returned yesterday from Nagorno-Karabakh, and I went to the front line, so I saw what the soldiers and the strength of the soldiers. I think they're very interested in seeing that people live up to their word. So if Azerbaijan, if Turkey, if Armenia and Georgia and all the countries, Russia, United States, we have to live by what is real and not by just words. I think the Pope lives that. I mean, that is why people are attracted to him. What he says he does, and what he'll say about Armenia will be that they have to live in the region in peace, but they also need partners in peace. So if the neighbors, Turkey, Armenia, Azerbaijan, and the rest of the collective neighborhood Iran, people have to live by their word. So it's unfortunate that the Azeris just had went through a Minsk group, OSCE negotiation round, promised that they'd abide by certain things, and now have already, within a couple of days, walked back that promise.
Right, but also Pope, as far as I know, he's going to visit Georgia and Azerbaijan as well in some time. So that might be this message conveyed to them as well, as a moral authority.
I think it's great that he's visiting Azerbaijan and Georgia after Armenia. He's coming to a place where he's welcomed by every Armenian and welcomed by the Church universally. And I hope he brings that message to Georgia and to Azerbaijan that says your children can have a better future with peace and with security, but it's based on the truth.
Yeah, that's true. And I also ask about ecumenical movement, if I may,
Sure.
Because I think in Armenia we do know about it, we hear about it, But it's, I think we have some nationalist, some kind of sentiments that Armenians are only the ones who belong to Armenian Apostolic Church. And sometimes you hear such strong statements. But we have other Armenians as well, Armenian Protestants and Armenian Catholics and Armenian atheists and just other people. So what's the message of ecumenic movement? Maybe in Massachusetts, in the US and other places. And how we can also reconcile ourselves with this diverse world of different faiths.
Sure. Well, as president of the Mass Council of Churches, which was founded in 1903, I'm the first Orthodox Armenian from the Armenian Church and from the Orthodox Church to be elected. I don't have that. I find on the streets in Yerevan, people are very open to the faithful, whether they're Armenian Catholics, whether they're Armenian Protestants, whether they're just Episcopalians. We are a welcoming, hospitable people. And in our Christian faith, we're hospitable. The key is to know who you are. And Armenians have a very strong sense of who they are and their faith. And we hope our children know that. I don't think we're at all, our nationalism as it relates to Armenian nationalism or my Americanism and my citizenship has nothing to do with my faith. My faith is unique, and it's also
personal, right? I mean,
absolutely.
I believe it's very personal. I mean, it's not something. Well, it has collective elements, also identity things and the others, but who I am is just who I feel myself. I am.
And
so I think
the richness of our faith keeps the faithful tied to their church and their own individual practice. So I don't feel that Armenians will have a problem understanding and welcoming other Christians here. Certainly not the Catholics. The Catholics have been the closest of familial friends, and the Holy Father exemplifies the best of our brotherly love for other faiths.
Diaspora life, is it too much linked to the church or not anymore?
The Armenian Church?
Right. Or it's very diverse.
It's now moving. I think there was a time when Armenia was under Soviet rule that the church was the only expression that Armenians have. But when Armenia became free and independent, Armenians in the diaspora now have their nation, they have their church, they have their art, their culture. I think it's opened up in the last 25 years, and it's been a very good thing for Armenian Americans to see the diversity even in faith. The church has done a good job of being open to others in faith, so that's been very helpful.
I think in one of your interviews you said that's very difficult to be, or they say that it's kind of politics and church and faith are different things, but you managed to have both or be in both. So how you manage being in politics and being in the church, and in both positions you are quite prominent.
Thank you. I think basically if you know your grounding in your faith, all will come from that. So as you can see, the Pope is recognized as a faith leader, but he's also recognized as a world leader because he speaks the truth. And one thing I've learned about being Armenian American is we don't mince the words, we speak the truth. So I'm very excited to have His Holy Father here. I think Armenia is excited. I think it's going to be very healing and very inspirational for the country, and we're all looking forward to it.
And we have him in a couple of hours, I have, landed to Armenia. So let's see how it will go. I believe there was a big crowd and there are so many people already visiting, and we hope to keep in touch with you as well.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for finding time for us in your busy schedule.
My pleasure.
So thank you. You were watching Line of Contact Talk Show. Follow us and goodbye.